Because Azeret is dedicated to the strategic development of human capital, our objective is to share with you a concept that will significantly impact your understanding of both the tangible and emotional reasons behind learning, as well as increase your ability to influence such positive transformation. I'm Philippe Glaude, and I will lead you through this brief journey. A big fish is usually someone of importance, right? So how would you feel about an increased ability to inspire people in your teams to be the best they can be? There are three main components to this approach. First, the fish. It represents us as individuals, who we are and how we express it. The fish contains the complete code of our entire capacities. The food represents all sources of information that have the capacity to feed our growth. The final element is the fish bowl, which represents our self-imposed limitations. Let me elaborate on this. The bowl is the illustration of our limited environment. We all have some limitations, and they vary from one individual to another. Our boundaries originate from a number of circumstances to impose upon us the environment in which we allow ourselves to evolve. The constraints come from our past, also from our present. They tend to determine what we think we can or cannot accomplish. For example, a number of people are scared of science, chemistry, biology, physics. Science, or the understanding of scientific concepts, is often seen as a capacity only reserved for people that have studied for many years and have an IQ far beyond the normal person. In truth, it isn't. But if I decide that it is, whatever the reason, then my reality, my limitation is that science in this case is rather impossible to understand. My intent here is to show you how to move those barriers to increase growth and success. Let's now connect the dots between the fish and humans using the following fact. A goldfish, in spite of unlimited food sources, will only grow in size according to the volume of the bowl it was put in. So, if we were to take 3 goldfish of the exact same size, health, age, basically they're clones of each other, and you put them in 3 different size bowls, like that, and then give them the same amount of food daily, we would find out after a few weeks that each grows to a different size, a size that is directly proportional to the volume of the bowl. This brings us to the concept that has helped thousands of people increase their ability to become all they can be. So, we continuously receive new information, right? That's the food. As the fish, we normally use that information to develop our skills and potential, which will, however, be limited by our own perceptions. It's the size of our bowl according to experience. Today, just like Dick Tracy, we can speak to one another with watches. Well, that would never have happened if someone thought it was impossible and turned a dream into reality. If we want to become all we can be, a big fish, we have to adapt and learn. In short, we need to expand our bowl. That is the one limiting factor, and that is where we need to act. So consider that I'm this little guy here, and I just came out of a training session where I was given tools to be more successful. I was given food in my current bowl. Now I have a choice: to do something with the food or not, to reach beyond my fears or let them influence me. Let's say that I need to better communicate with a colleague. My experience with this particular person in the team has been a catastrophe from the very beginning. We just don't connect. We never have. This reality creates a barrier that limits the size of my bowl with this person. I can either choose to ignore what I've learned and remain in a non-productive relationship, or use the new tools to change the situation and push the limits of my bowl. Let me show you what happens next. So here I am, and now that I agreed to expand my abilities by changing my limitations, I first need to take action. In this case, it is to adapt my communication to the other person. As I do so, I must remain aware of my perceptions and be conscious of my actions. Since any action generates a reaction, I get some result, which usually brings about an undeniable feeling of accomplishment. The feelings we generate from actions and their results are truly the key here, because those sentiments foster confidence, which in turn leads us to develop the courage to take more action. This performance can very quickly influence how I view my limitations and consequently the size of my bowl, therefore allowing me to grow to be a bigger fish. But the most fascinating part is that once the process starts, it can easily become self-perpetuating, leading to continuous growth. Everyone has the potential to grow. In fact, anyone can cook, right? Even a rat. We all have a certain potential, and it is up to us to develop that potential as best as we can. In reality, nobody can force us to learn and grow. We have that responsibility, but fortunately, we're not alone. Once we decide that we want to grow, any number of people around us can help by catching us doing something right, the action, and then guide us through our perceptions of the generated results. We all alternate between learning and inspiring. We are both the student and the teacher. In summary, there is a method to influence how big a fish we can become. We need to take chances and take action. We have to try new skills and competencies in spite of the actual or perceived level of difficulty. Following those actions, we must continually be aware of the impact of such actions so that we are able to truly observe and internalize the outcomes. Of course, better results may obviously foster a perception of failure. That is why it is important to manage expectations or manage perceptions in order to discover something positive about the actions we were taking. Positive results are easier, of course, and the more we try new avenues, the more we have a chance for success. In the end, it is the feelings we get from our achievements, big or small, that contribute to increasing our confidence to generate the courage to take more action. And as we grow our bowl, we become more capable of accepting more food and gradually become the biggest fish in our own pond. Thank you again for spending some time with us. The objective was to share with you a concept that